Exactly.
Alright, guys.
I want to
Let's stop being rude.
Lauren is my other teacher, the social teacher. Not being rude.
Sit down.
In my free time, I eat Sharpies.
Alright, let's get this started.
I like
Okay.
alcohol.
The camera is over there, guys, by the way. So.
Okay. Also, final reminder: don't move the mic too much because we had problems last time and nobody knows why.
Yeah, Bentley.
Don't make me start cussing.
All I do is eat the mic. Please don't.
This is first period.
I don't know those. I don't know periods, bro.
I'll get started.
Leave that in the podcast.
Teacher, can I switch my seats with somebody?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to S'mores, a Campfire Talk. It is your host for today is Killa Kyle. Kaylee, coming back at you. I'm looking at the audio over here instead of the actual camera. So today, for the podcast, I wanted to do something a little bit fun, more casual, a little bit different. And I kind of just came up with like a little game with some questions in it. Basically to, it's kind of like the first kind of podcast that we did. It's like who's more likely, those kind of like get to know you kind of stuff. And I think it's going to be fun and funny. Hopefully it works out. So here's what we're going to do. Everybody has a paper here with a grid on it. It's 1 through 6. As you can see, I cut it off my piece halfway through. So
Oh, is it 1 through 6 for real?
yeah, so it's like because there's 6 of us.
Oh, okay.
So what we're going to do is I have a list of words, kind of not exactly opposites, but kind of like a compare and contrast kind of thing. So I have a list of words here, and we're going to basically vote on our paper once I say the words of who is most likely to least likely that word, basically.
Oh, so we put it in like order?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, for like 1 through 6, like 1 being the most, 6 being the least of who we think that is. And then we're all going to vote on it. And then once we're done, we're going to discuss and see if we can maybe cohesively try and definitively come up with a decision for who is such the words.
Initial.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Wait, so
Look at the size of the box.
most to least?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most being like the left side, and then to the right is the least.
Okay, so left is most.
Mm-hmm.
Most. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Least. By the way, my name's L Dog. L Diggy Dog.
I'm Jade Jigga J, not your MC again today.
Okay.
It's your boy, Isabel. We haven't done intros yet, Kaylee.
I figured like
Your boy, Isabel.
I would dispense with the intro. But, that's fine. We can do the intro. It's okay. I was just like, screw it. Sure, yeah.
Jigga J, not your MC today. Hey.
The camera's over
I
there.
don't even know who's next. Right?
It's your boy, Isabel. No
She
nickname.
cannot be named.
She cannot be named. Wait, where did that come from again?
The food podcast.
The food podcast?
Yeah.
Still fighting the good fight. Slick Rick, despite
Pretty Ricky.
all odds
Pretty
against
Ricky.
me.
Pretty Ricky.
Slick.
Pretty Ricky, no one calls him Slick Rick.
Nobody.
And still Bentley. Just being Bentley.
Tinley, please be quiet.
Oh, we gonna cut that.
Am I going? We're going
Do you
way.
want me to redo mine?
Oh, sure.
L Dog, a.k.a.
L Dog.
L dog.
Lauren, just like on the side or whatever. So.
Okay, so now that we've done the intros once again, here let's start off with the first word that I have, and these are all, by the way, kind of. There's no particular order to this, and they're all kind of. I made them like a little bit abstract words, so they'd be harder to figure out because I thought that would be fun. Okay, so first word I have is basically the question: who is most impartial? Meaning
Define impartial.
It means like technically it's like a synonym of unbiased, where it's like who is most I guess neutral in their thinking or like opinions or whatever.
Oh, that's hard.
Exactly. Like,
I know who's the least.
Yeah, it's
So-
least.
You know, I'm gonna put that
Yeah,
down.
I didn't know.
so yeah. So now everybody votes. Put their initial or whatever, or a
man.
number or something, or both, and then we'll see at the end. I don't know how I'm gonna do this actually.
I just realized
I
I,
just
was
wanted
talking and I
to-
wasn't holding my mic. I apologize. I can't multitask. Okay?
I underlined the least one because it's funny.
The least needs to be like bolded,
That is bold.
capital letters,
That is.
underlined,
So it's
italicized.
almost like role models when we play like
That's what I was
Jackbox. If you know
thinking.
what
Two
that.
could be.
Yeah.
impart.
That's tough.
It is.
I don't know. I don't know who's the most because you guys all of you.
I don't know if we have enough conversations to, like, bias type conversations to where we can
I know
do
there's
that.
some
Clippers
things
wrestling.
like they're,
I think
they're
I'm
like
a
very very strong opinionated. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go off those.
Wait, well, fuck, that was the wrong
Oh
person.
shoot! I forgot I have to put me in there. Dang it!
Yeah, I'm gonna move her up to here. And then move everybody
I think-
else back to here.
I don't know. This is what I'm going with. I think. Hopefully.
Give me a second.
I know who least was, but I didn't. The rest were.
The rest are
Alright.
kind of hard.
Are we doing all of them and then we're going over it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And please, like, I know it's kind of hard with the pen and stuff, but try not to, like, wiggle the mic too much. You know?
We try.
Maybe.
We try my best.
We'll try our best.
Like I don't even know what to do in my own words.
I said,
Are you cheating?
Don't cheat.
Oh yeah, flip your papers over. No cheating. No cheating in this house.
That was legit your paper.
Johnny.
She was cheating.
Okay, look,
And
class
blames him.
needs to chill. Okay, no cheating allowed.
I like to
Make
cheat
your
though.
own,
That's
form
how I
your own
pass.
opinion.
Bro, that's the only way I pass. Are you done?
Oof.
Johnny, I don't even want to
Oh.
hear that from you. If anything, I was cheating off of you.
We were cheating off of each other.
It was like Johnny, Janae, and I just in the back.
We
of the
would
Weird
class,
say-
flex,
like,
but okay.
I was like,
No,
yeah, hey.
we actually planned our seating.
It was like all
like-
three of us.
Yeah, when there was a substitute teacher, me, Isabel, and Janae sat in the back corner to cheat.
That's funny.
I mean, hopefully Mr. Tomoka never comes across this.
Why would you say his name?
I mean, cut that out!
Listen,
expose
listen,
yourself
it's
all
hard
the
all
way.
over.
Video.
We've already graduated.
If
We
you do
can't take
transition,
our
low-key work.
diplomas. We already graduated. We already out, bro.
You do
Exactly.
transition, low-key work.
Okay.
Okay, everybody ready?
Yeah.
Are we done?
Yeah.
All right. Let's turn our papers over, and I guess we'll start from Isabel. Like, just read off the names or initials, and then we'll just go down the line and then go from there.
Okay. So, most to least impartial. So the least person be like the most headstrong, stubborn, correct? Make sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
How I
More
see
like stuck in their beliefs,
Yeah.
like more like very confident in what they do, and they're not really open. Well, not open, but like
We're like
Set in
headstrong.
their ways.
yeah,
Yeah.
like headstrong. Like they believe in it
okay.
a lot.
And I feel like impartial could also be a synonym of like indecisive, which I also can sometimes be like myself. So
Oh,
I don't know. I feel like just that's the discussion. It's like what? How do
So-
we frame this?
Most most to least impartial, I have Bentley. Then Lauren, Jade, me, Ricky, Kaylee.
Oh.
Oh, wow, mine's is way opposite.
Wow, you have me as like set in my ways.
Well, I feel like you're not like
Hmm.
you're not with that with too many things, but when you are, like you are there.
I'm curious. What is it? Because I don't know.
I think
'Cause I
I'm
feel like-
lost.
Also, I think because you and Kaylee are like the same person. I feel like both of you
I like how you said the same.
the same person.
Looks like she tired of both of
Negative
y'all.
connotation.
Yeah.
Wait, so most is
Hmm.
most like on their beliefs?
No, like
so
most
That's
open-minded, I
Number
guess you
one,
could say.
yeah.
Least is the most like on their beliefs, and then most is more like open.
So the lower the number, the more impartial they are. The higher the number, the least impartial.
Oh.
Because impartial is more like
It is
unbiased.
Unbiased, kind of like just chill.
So yeah.
I guess. It's
So most is more.
impartial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So more. So impartial is what again?
Is like basically more. I don't want to say unbiased, but it's a synonym of that. More like neutral. Like neither, either or, like, not really this, not really that, more impartial,
they,
like,
don't, they don't choose one, or they're not like, if there's two sides, they're not choosing hard on one either. They're kind of like in the middle of both.
All right, so I think my thing is wrong.
Okay.
that's okay. You can just read it off and then we can, like,
Okay, well,
Catch up at you on.
for some reason, it goes Ricky, Isabel, Jade, Bentley, Lauren, Kaylee.
okay.
All right.
Hmm.
No,
That's
that was like
interesting.
Oh wait, I got my example for you, Ricky.
What's up, bro?
I'm trying to get you to watch a new anime. You refuse. You were very no.
Very no.
There you go.
Oh, wait.
There we go. There's my example.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah, it's right, but like Kaylee's side is the more of the, you know, I don't want to choose either one. That side. That's Kaylee. I don't know if that's impartial side or
Kaylee's
not.
the weirdest creature ever because
Yeah.
she's so impartial
Yeah, there we go.
about anything, right? And then it comes to something, and there is no wiggle room whatsoever. There is
So-
absolutely nothing. And so that is why you are at the bottom.
Yeah, so
Bottom.
you're on the bottom for me too.
bottom.
So your turn, Ricky.
So I'm going to as like most partial, most impartial, and then it goes down. It goes Troy, me, Jade, Isabel, Lauren, and then Kaylee.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah, and I have Lauren and Kaylee at the end because these two, when they talk about movies, ain't no talking. It's just it is what it
one
is.
subject.
It's facts.
But that is a really strong subject that you both like. That's like weave it into your lives. So like that's pretty strong part. So I'd pick that. And then Isabel, sometimes you try to tell Isabel to do something, she don't want to listen. She's like, yeah, okay, but I'm not gonna do it. So and then I think Jade, Troy, and I are the most like impartial as like out of the group. So we're kind of just like, yeah, okay, we'll do that. We'll give it a shot.
And I'm not going to cap. I think that's sort of a boy thing, too.
That's lucky.
Yeah, I
thinking,
agree
'cause
with
put
that.
me and you at the top.
Troy and I feel like he and I are at the top. We're kind of just like, yeah, sure, we'll give it a shot. We're not. And then Jade, you colored, so you with us.
Us darkies.
We got us darkies got to stick together.
Bro.
So I
Oh my god.
We gotta stay together.
Yeah, we had the same order. You just flipped yourself and Lauren on mine. I had you two flipped.
Okay.
Yeah, I have Isabel and Bentley flipped. And then it's the same.
Alrighty, Kaylee.
Okay, so yeah, mine is like the worst thing ever. Like, it's so weird. Okay, so I put Troy from most to least impartial. Troy, Lauren, Ricky, me, Jade, Isabel.
Oh my god!
I agree with you there, Isabel.
What?
I could
Like,
I could
it's
find
like
Isabel.
second to last one.
Yeah, I understand me.
Honestly,
But
you
like
three could be
Jade.
changed. It could be either on a
Yeah, I
good
don't
day.
know what I was thinking with Jade. I still don't
Yeah,
know.
that's the Jade ones. What really
I gotta
hit me.
think about it more.
I'm just that creature, man, that you just
I'm just that creature.
I'm just that person, bro.
You know why? It's probably because of Avatar.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
stupid.
Oh my
So I'm
God,
the only
no.
one who has a brain. So that's why.
Let's calm down.
and
before
that's
it
the
gets
end of our
so-
podcast.
Jade, you're no longer a part.
Tune into our next video where we're just fighting in the parking lot. Like,
Okay.
We find a parking lot to fight in.
I'm sorry.
okay, how about you, Lauren?
Alrighty, so mine sort of goes with the overall theme. Bentley, Ricky, Jade, Lauren, Isabel, Kaylee. So I just feel like whenever you don't want to do something, you will fight
Dude, yes.
in
Oh,
order
yeah,
to
for
not do
sure.
it. Or you will fight in order to prove somebody wrong. Like, it just depends on the motive, but you will be stuck. And it'll be like the right thing to do. Just because something set it off, you will not do it.
Yeah,
it's so
a lot
funny.
of whether it's you say something like, "Oh, I can't do the thing," then out of spite, I'm gonna do the thing, or it's like you told me not to do the thing, and I know I shouldn't do it, but again, in spite, I'm like, I'm doing the thing.
I hate that, but in spite.
I hate that too.
I just like I don't know. I just
It happens. And
I
then
just
we
wanna
already talked
fight.
about Kaylee. Jade is sort of like she's a wild creature. Like, I don't
Jade.
know, because she is like impartial about a lot of things, but it's sort of like Kaylee, but like not as amplified. Whenever it does come to certain things, like she won't change her mind about it, which is a good thing. And then the boys, Ricky and Bentley, I feel like they're more, I don't want to say open, but they're just like, yeah, I believe in this, but It's about that. That's about it. So.
I believe in
Not
this.
a bad way. Not a bad way.
It just sounded funny. Yeah, I
Oh,
believe
yeah,
in
you
this.
know what?
Why not?
Because you have your famous phrase, like, it is what it is. Like, I want to strangle myself every time.
Yeah, the boys are so like, you're just so too much.
Daddy, I don't want to hear.
That's
from
like
you.
when everybody was yelling at them about dinner, and they were like, remember that?
What?
You were yelling at them about dinner, and they
Oh,
were
we were
playing
playing-
the video games, and they were like,
Oh my god. We made
And
dinner
Kaylee
for
started
these
yelling
boys,
because
right?
everybody else started yelling.
And they
Oh, I was
didn't
like,
come to
"Stop
dinner.
they wouldn't sit down and eat it.
I
They
was
were playing
pissed.
video
We
games.
were almost. We were.
Yeah,
my
we had to
defense, we
finish
were
the
almost
match.
done. We
You
were
don't
so
quit the
close.
match, you finish. You
There's
finish what you
100
started.
There's 100 kills to end the game. We were like 75. We were so close.
I'm telling you, if we can have a replay on life, I would go to Lauren's face because that was. She was like, I can't believe this right. Like she was in disbelief.
Yeah, I was in disbelief because I could never imagine that I would feel like how my mother felt. Like I never thought I could feel that emotion, but then it hit me, and I was like, I understand now.
I was like, oh my God, this is what she's been talking about this whole time. I'm so sorry, Mom.
So disrespected.
So sorry, Mom.
Like, I am a bad child.
Okay, anyways,
All right,
Millie,
Bentley,
your turn.
So I think ours was the same, actually. So me, Ricky, Jade, Lauren, Isabel, Kaylee.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the same as Lauren.
And I flipped. I actually changed it from Lauren and Isabel's because I had Lauren second to last. But your stubbornness kind of just like I was thinking about it. I was like, I gotta just a little bit. Gotta flip it. Jade, I just don't know. I don't know Jade exactly. I gotta pay more attention. I don't know.
Jade is she can be very impartial and like understanding when like we have to be. And then it's just everything else that, you know, you could say technically doesn't matter, like a TV show, it's just no room, nothing. It's will
Avatar.
not give. I'm just like, please, Jade. Like, I promise, it's not that serious.
Like, we'll make dinner, and we usually watch, you know, a group show as we're eating, you know, be a family. When we were rewatching Avatar with Kaylee, every time it would come on, Jade was like, nope, I'm leaving, and then would leave the room. We're
I
like,
would
"Jade, come
literally,
back."
yeah.
I thought you would leave the house.
They put on Avatar, I will literally sit in the kitchen and eat dinner. Like I won't sit in that room, or I'll have my earbuds in and be watching a completely different show.
We're gonna move on.
They've tried
We
so
don't wanna
hard,
talk
it
about
just
it.
doesn't work. I'm sorry.
It's a tragedy.
All right, so everybody's final answer. I was gonna go around and see if we could just like rewrite the whole thing, but I'm not gonna do that anymore. That's too much. It's too much work.
I think
Everybody has their answers.
So I think most was Bentley as
Or, yeah, we
overall,
could, like,
and
vote on
then least was Kaylee.
Yep.
So that was
Yeah.
the
Stuck in
final
the middle.
consensus.
I think I was stuck in the middle on everyone.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why this is kind of cool, because depending on like your definition of the word, everything could change. Okay, so next word, I guess. Let me get my notes. Where'd you put them?
This is pretty cool. I like
Here.
this idea, Kaylee.
Thank you. All right, so next word that I have is from most to least, or who is the most to least secretive? That's the next word.
Not Bentley.
Say less.
Not Bentley.
What does that mean?
Right here.
Who's the most secretive or least?
Most to least, so like the same,
Oh,
you know,
shoot.
concept.
Imagine
Alright.
having to put yourself on this.
Well, that's what we all have to do,
You're
Jay.
like, I'm the most secretive, and we're like, what secrets you holding?
That's tough.
That's why I'm gonna put myself on
I'm
first.
done.
Dang, Lauren.
Oh.
Like,
Damn, Lauren.
I've been thinking about this for a fat minute too.
Most
I've been
to
like, I
least
cannot stand some of these hoes.
I have
I think-
for each and every one.
Yeah, I think my first two are the pretty much same.
I feel like we're all kind of like that, and depending on different situations,
Some
though.
people are even right now. Like,
Yeah.
there is no
Like,
first
yeah, it's hard for me
Yeah.
to choose.
for some.
Is she drawing?
Kind of cool.
It's hard to put like 6 people in order when
Yeah.
there are so many people
The
who are
fumes
like.
of the Sharpie. I can smell all the Sharpies.
Perfume, really?
The
Bro.
Sharpies, I can smell them, yeah.
Your nose is killer.
There's
Like, I
like 4
can't
of them.
smell
I
anything
think.
Bloodhound
There's
right
like
now.
A bloodhound. Your nose is killer.
Right, everybody
Are we ready? We ready?
Get it.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right,
go ahead,
Isabel.
Okay.
Go ahead, Isabel.
So for the most secretive, I put Jade. Because I don't know what you're thinking ever.
Really?
Yeah, like unless you like say what you're thinking,
That's a
then
good
like I have no idea what's going on in there. I'm like,
You
I
know,
already- I already
actually
put her
do
down,
get that
bro.
a lot.
And then next would go Kaylee, because Kaylee's also secretive, but sometimes she'll tell you. It might be like 4 months late, but she'll get there.
True.
And then I went Bentley, because you just don't talk. It's not like you try to be secretive. You just like, if you don't ask, it's like, I'm not going to tell you. And then I went me, and then I went Lauren, because Lauren, you can tell what she's feeling. Might not know what she's thinking, but you can tell. And Ricky is last.
Wait,
You
I'm
are
not
like,
secretive.
No.
you are not
Pause.
secretive
No,
at
this
all.
is
Like,
Go ahead, Isabel.
you were like that one practice is like, this is the thing I always think about. You sat yourself away from everybody, did not talk to anybody when we were at the park. They were like, Ricky, you good? And you're like, yeah, I'm fine. And you kept telling everyone you're fine. And everybody was like, Ricky, you're not fine. We all know. And you do that every time. Every time you're like, no, I'm good, guys. And we can tell you ain't good. Like, you are not secretive at all. You try to be. But it don't work.
Okay, I got you.
You see, I went a completely different route as Isabel.
Yeah.
I was
think
actually really
too.
close to Isabel's.
Completely different. I put Ricky on the first spot.
On
Ricky
the
and
most
Kaylee,
secretive?
both of
For
you.
most secretive?
Both of you most secretive. Because you guys, I don't know, you just be going some places without everybody. like I feel like you guys can just go into your own world and then disappear. Like, and nobody knows. And we're like, where are they? They come back and act like, and just join right back in. Like they weren't gone for 5 hours. And we're like,
Yeah.
or like even alone, like Ricky, he just randomly, he'll leave. You don't know where he's at. Don't know what he's doing. Kaylee, same way. Remember, she just like, you don't hear from her. No text, no nothing. She's just gone. And then she pops back up and she's like, hey guys, where were you, Kaylee? I was doing some stuff.
You know what time it is?
And then I put me as third, because I guess I've gotten a lot that is hard to see what I am thinking. Because people are like, I don't know if you're serious or not. And I'm like, 95% of the time I'm not serious. But then they're like, I never know what you're thinking or whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. And I put Isabel, because Isabel, she just, I don't really know what you're thinking either, because sometimes you just go in your room for like hours. But I do the same thing. That's why we're right there together. You
Like
just
right
go
next to
in
you.
your room, you just chill in your room, don't know what she's thinking, don't know what she's doing. Lauren, I put Lauren close to Lauren and Bentley. I don't know why I put Bentley.
I want to hear this.
Bentley, he's just not secretive to me. Like, you know where Bentley is. You know what Bentley's doing. Bentley, I think my mind just went to snitch. I don't know why. I don't know why. So I was like, snitches tell everything. He's not
I was
secretive.
like, when did that happen?
I just like,
I was like, wait, what?
well, I was like, if we have a secret, I think Bentley would be the first one to tell. Because you be telling
Are
just
you
for
mistaken?
fun.
Are you
yeah.
mistaken?
Would be-
Are you
When did this-
mistaking
when is this
Troy
happen?
with
You
David?
tell
Is
for
that what you're
fun.
mistaken with?
You just made that up.
No, I'm serious. I just think you just
Are you sure
not
you're not thinking about
secretive.
David?
I was like, when has
And then
this
Lauren,
happened?
because you can see everything on her. And like, if we walk past someone she doesn't like, you're gonna know she doesn't like them.
for sure.
We walk past, you know who? We're gonna know it's them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
story
Lauren
for another
addresses
time.
it right away. So I mean,
You
like,
know
she
who
feels some
better
type of
watch
way.
out at Oregon State when we get there.
look, we gotta cut that out. Actually, wait.
You
No, I'm
shall not be
switching Lauren and
named.
Bentley. I think Bentley can keep. He cannot be he can be
Secretive.
secretive, but
Right.
I think Lauren is just so hard for her to be
Lauren,
secretive.
yeah.
And that's why Lauren was second to last for me. I was
Yeah.
like, Lauren can't
Do you
hide me.
remember in like the who's most likely, like our first episode where we were like who's most likely to get the group in trouble, and then it was I
And
think we
he-
wrote it for Bentley.
Bentley voted for himself.
Yeah.
Like,
But it was for a different like reason.
I still don't
Yeah.
think you're secret. I just don't think you're secret.
I mean,
I don't know why.
Okay.
You're just there.
Right.
I feel like I know what like Bentley's mostly thinking nothing. You know.
I mean, for the
Anyways,
longest time, that was true.
What about
well,
you, Ricky?
Troy does daydream, so.
Exactly.
Well, I can't dream at night, so
Ricky, go. Oh my
All right,
God.
so I got as most secretive to least. I got Troy, Kaylee, me, Jade, Lauren, and then Isabel last.
That's
Mm.
interesting.
that's a list.
Yeah,
Ah,
I have.
why am I on this?
So Troy, like, so Troy with him, he doesn't like. He'll be like, oh, don't worry about it. You know, you don't need to know. You know, stuff like that. If I ask him something, or like if the group asks him something, so sometimes you don't know what he's talking about. So that's what I think. That's why I put him the most. And then Kaylee, the same reasons why everybody else is saying. Like, she'd be like staring into the void, and then you're like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "I don't know." And then you're just like, Well, and
I
then
keep secrets for myself.
I'm trying to figure it out. So, and then I put me as third because I felt like, I don't know, I guess like not a lot of people ask questions about me in general. So like I don't tell anybody. So I felt like I put me as third. And then Jade, you know how people say it's hard to read you? For me, it's opposite. I see you for what you are.
Wow, that sounds so bad.
What?
I see you for what you are.
I feel
so
like this is a like takes one to know one situation. It's like
Yeah.
I'm secretive, so I know you're secretive, so you're not secretive to me. Like
I can see you.
Also, I listened to Coach talked about you and stuff, so I kind of understand how you think works from
my
hearing Coach
facials, yeah.
from hearing Coach talk about you. So I'm like, okay, that's what Coach is talking about. So that's why I'm easy
On
to
the
like
script.
know
I didn't consider that.
you some
yeah.
more because like hearing Coach talk about you, it makes me understand you more.
Aww.
And then
big guy.
Lauren, you know, if she feeling some type of way, she'll let you know. You know, whether it be sad, happy, angry, you know.
and not always in words.
You know, and not only his words. Always, it might just you know, the vibe. She'll just stare at you. You know.
Why am I last?
And then Isabel, I put you because I feel like I've talked to you the most, and like anytime I ask you something, you always tell me. So I've never felt, at least between you and I, that you've been secretive to me. Because every time, like, hey, so why did you think this way? Like, how did this affect you? You tell me, and then I'd be like,
so more upfront.
You're not asking the right questions.
Oh,
I'm joking.
Guess I don't.
I hate people.
enter
Yeah.
sad music.
But that's why I put you as
Is there
last.
sad music?
Because I feel like if I can ask you anything, you'll tell me.
That's good though.
So for what I did, it's like the opposite. I think it's more like Jade's list, but I did it for like different reasons. I was thinking like, who can most likely keep a secret in a way, and not even in like a, I don't know, mischievous sort of way. So I put Ricky first because, like, I think we kind of talked about this before, just amongst ourselves, like the only child kind of thing where you just go off and do your own thing, which I also do, by the way, but just you just do stuff. I don't even know. I don't ask either because I'm the same way. So I just like I never know what you're doing. And then a second, I put Troy just because he be not saying a lot, you know. And I feel like I know what he's doing physically, but mentally sometimes he doesn't want you to know. He'd be like, never mind. And then
Don't worry about it.
Yo.
That's
and
me.
then for third, I put myself because whatever else you guys are saying, I know I go off on my own and do stuff, whether that's physically or in my own head. I will just retreat into the abyss and
Maybe it's
do
like,
stuff.
and then when something happens, you can't read your emotions. Like I can never read where you're at. Like
Oh, yeah.
emotionally, I'm like, where's Kaylee at? She's like this.
It's like, yeah, happy, sad. I could be enjoying my life, and I will have a straight face.
Enjoying life with a straight
So I'm like, why are you mad, bro?
Yeah. No, and then I think I switched this around. I don't even know what I was thinking. It was like a toss up between Lauren or Isabel for like fourth place, and only because Lauren, I can tell what she's feeling, no matter what. Like I don't even have to be in the same room because I feel the vibes. I can feel the vibes from days ahead, and
It's so funny because we'll be there, and then Katie's like, "Hey, you catching this from Lauren?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm catching this from Lauren." And then like 4 days later, it'll happen. Lauren's like, "Okay, guys, so," and we're like, "Oh, there it was."
like, oh man,
The vibes.
yeah.
I hate the vibes, by the way. I don't know how they happen. They just come out.
Yeah, so I think Lauren goes, to the fourth spot. And then Isabel's would be second last. No, wait. Is that wrong? It doesn't matter. Anyways, I think Isabel is, like, sneaky. Like, that's on occasion. Like, she will be sneaky, but other times it's just, like, I don't know. I feel like I know if I don't see you, something else is happening. Even if it's, like, happy, because, like, you'll be going to, like, Tucson or something. I'd be like, what's going on? I'll wake up. Isabel's not there. Be like, she went to Tucson. I'd be like, again? What?
She's gone. I just got back right before we
Exactly.
started recording. Kaylee had to text me. She's like, "You coming over from
Like,
Tucson?"
what happened? And then last but not least, I put Jade for least secretive because of that moment in the Christmas party where her and Coach tried
That
to
was
cheat
so
and they
funny.
couldn't. Like
That
the
was so
worst thing
funny.
ever.
I forgot about that.
Could not
Or the Z
cheat.
did
They
it.
Bro, we would have passed if Coach would have just like not. But he said we cheated. Thanks. I mean, I was.
Because you were bad at it, but no one noticed that you were being bad at
Exactly.
it.
Nobody noticed that I was cheating. They just knew I was laughing a lot.
Until the
Crying
second
of
time you
laughter.
tried and you didn't even read the paper.
Yeah, bro.
You just
it
picked
was
the paper
bad.
up and threw it to the side. Was about to do something.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Just like
I think that just means she's bad at cheating.
glanced
That
at
Which
it.
had it.
is a
But, like,
secret
you
in a
have
way,
to
though.
keep cheating a secret. Like,
No, the cheating was gonna be a secret, but Coach buzzed us out. So
I will say, Jade can cheat when she needs to. Again, throwback Spanish.
I was just about to say, is it because you cheated on Spanish?
me and Isabel were cheating
So we're like next to each other on the finals, just like
with our phones on the bottom of it.
back
So
in the
bad.
classroom,
Oh
bro.
my
It was
God.
so funny. We passed the class.
We did pass with good grades too.
I hope so. Guys,
You
Okay.
cheat and fail?
wow. Okay, Lauren, what about you?
Alrighty. So, contrary to you, I put Jade as most because, okay, whenever it's like whatever, like it, but whenever it matters, like she won't tell you anything, like whatsoever. It is like a lock and key, and I could never find it. And so it's just like, okay, yeah. But like, you know, Jade's Jade, so she's gonna be like, whoa. Anyways. Then I have Kaylee. We all know why.
no
Kaylee.
further.
Here's the thing about
Ominous.
Kaylee, right? She'll answer your question, but it's not the answer you've ever wanted. It is like the most roundabout question, and I'll be like, "Da-da," and she's like, well, this happened and that. I'm like, but that wasn't what I asked, because she doesn't want to. If Jade and Kaylee don't want you to know, you will never know. Like, that is the thing, point blank, period. Then I have Ricky, because Ricky just be honest sometimes, bro. I be asking some questions and like they're so vague.
Well, Ricky does what
Just
I do to
one-word
everybody
answers.
else when I ask him questions.
This is fact. So,
It's
you know,
funny.
two peas in a pod.
And I can't say crap.
Ricky has one word answers. That kills me. Like you will ask him a long question. He'll be like, "Yeah, dude."
Yeah, it's like a yup and a head nod. It's all you
I
get.
feel like I don't talk to you because I don't have this problem.
Maybe it's a guy thing and a girl. I don't know, but Ricky has
I'm
one
just
word
gonna make
answers.
that excuse.
Like a huge complex question. Yeah, dude.
Literally.
Wasn't even a yes or no question.
Yeah.
And then I have Bentley, because I feel like Bentley be having his secrets, or he be having his moments, and he'll tell you at the very last second what his moment was. And I'm like, Bentley, I need some more context for this. Like, I don't understand what's going on. So I put Bentley there, and then I put Isabel, because she does have her moments, but you can obviously tell whenever something's wrong. It's so, whether it's in the room, whether she angry, she be sitting on the couch whenever she don't want to talk to people, you know whenever that's the thing, the situation
Like pushing out them vibes.
and then I put myself as last.
She knows where she stands.
It's all state
I don't
stands.
I've always wanted to be like a non obvious person, but I am so obvious that it's painful. Like, I ask I'm like, why am I so obvious? And it's no help that I have freaking vibe check over here that can just like tell like days before I can tell. So it's not a fun time, but I'm here, and at least you know what I'm thinking, you know? I can't keep a secret though. So there's a difference. I'm not untrustworthy.
All right, so my list, I might change this because I had Jade first because she had a secret that we didn't know about.
That's
That was a big
true. I
reason, but
forgot
like
about that.
For like 5 years, y'all.
exactly though,
Was
5
only
years.
for 5 years.
But like thinking about Jade, I feel like she wouldn't understand that it's supposed to be a secret, and that's how it would get out. You know, that's why I'm like, like we'd have to specifically tell you, don't tell nobody, don't say that out loud, type thing. So I'm gonna move you.
Don't move me to last.
Not
'cause I will
last. I'm not gonna
kill
put you last. No, I think I'll put you third.
Yay.
So first is gonna be Kaylee, as everybody talked about how weird she is and everything.
Weird. Oh, weird.
And also like the question thing that just bugs me.
Oh my
Because it's
God.
like, it's a simple question, and then you say so much, and I'm
What
like,
is it though?
yes, yes, it is. I
You
promise
should
you.
have seen the fight that Bentley and Kaylee got
It's
into.
beef.
It was so funny. I'm sorry. Continue.
And then,
God, it was-
so that means I would be second, just because most of the time, if I have a secret, I won't tell you guys that I even have a secret. Like, I'll leave that just out of the
Oh,
equation.
So he has a lot of secrets.
Not saying I have a lot, but
No, that's exactly
I won't
what he
put you in a position to where you could question me because I don't want to be annoyed.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like Bentley's
why I
not.
don't
I
say
feel like
nothing.
you're not like you're not purposely like trying to keep secrets. You just don't talk. You
Well,
just
like,
don't know.
well, like,
about
I'm
it.
very open about everything I do. It's just if I don't want you to know, I won't set you up. Then after that, I put Isabel, just because you can tell when she shifts, just that the vibe. So, you know, if she's down or whatever. And Ricky, kind of like what we said earlier about like at practice
That was funny.
when we talk to
I
you
mean, that wasn't
and like we
funny,
can
but I
see
was
like
It
there's
was
something
pretty
off,
funny.
but you're like lying to us.
He told us he was trying to be serious. He's trying to focus.
The whole practice, Kaylee and I were in the back of the line, just like looking at him. We're like, look at him thinking he's secretive.
Like, look at this. This is crazy.
Kaylee and I
Sitting
were
by the
laughing the
tree.
whole practice. We're
I
like,
was
look at him. He
having,
thinks
like
he's
your
secretive.
worst practice is probably my best one. I had a great time with Isabel in the back, just laughing.
Kaylee and I were really in the back with like my hoodie because it was cold, so I could only see like this much.
Like I was making
That whole
straight
practice.
fun of you, by the way. I was like,
Wow.
Oh no, yeah, we were cracking so many
Wow.
jokes
Oh,
the
what's
whole
wrong?
practice.
Sorry.
I gotta
I
know.
was like, what's wrong with Ricky? He was like, oh, he says he's just trying to focus. I was like, no, he's not.
No, he's not. You knew
Threw
that.
up a little bit.
Yeah, bro. Like Kaylee and I had a great time that practice.
Well, I'm glad
We
I can
had
amuse
so
you.
much fun. We're like, look at him.
Your
Look
pain
at him
is
trying to be
amusing.
I'm
secretive.
glad I can amuse you with my
So disrespectful.
thank you.
Come in pain more. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, continue.
And then last we have Lauren.
V Miller. I think she is the definite.
Lauren's
Ellis
been like the
of
bottom two for
dogs.
everybody.
She's the definite answer for this for last.
You can
L.
always feel Lauren. You know, you always know what's going on. If you don't know exactly what it is,
I'm
you just
telling
know
you.
she's
If Lauren
Well,
had a
you know
mood
she's feeling
change right
something.
now, we would all feel it.
like Lauren is a mood ring.
Yeah. She's literally a mood ring, bro. She's literally a mood ring.
Bro.
That's so disrespectful.
Her mood
Sorry.
changes with the seasons.
And I know sometimes I'm in a bad mood, and I know that y'all know I'm in a bad mood, so I be trying to change it too. I'm like,
Oh my god!
but
When
it's
you try to
funny,
change, I'm like, stop.
It's funny, yeah, watching you
Just
try
stop.
to change it. Because
Bro.
we're like,
When you
looking at her,
watching
like,
you
look
try,
at her,
yeah, look at her, look at her.
look at her.
Who would have thought? Not me.
Let me tell you, Lauren, this is her face. So, are you okay? I'm fine. Yeah,
I'm
okay.
fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. Really.
I'm okay.
Are you sure, Lauren? No, yeah, really. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm fine.
No, we not vibing, Lauren. What's wrong?
We have now entered the roast Lauren section of the podcast.
Around
Welcome to the roast.
It's so fast, too. I'm fine.
It's so like your voice goes up like 5
Yeah.
octaves and you talk so quickly. I'm fine. It's fine. We're okay. It's fine.
Stop cap. All right.
Anywho, Troy,
Is,
did you have some stuff?
I was like, Isabel, you also kind of do a fast talking thing, also.
Yeah, I talk fast. Yeah, either when I'm excited or I'm angry.
Yeah.
It's just quick talking. So
Oh my gosh.
complete both ends of the spectrum.
It's crazy how fast you talk.
All right, next one.
Okay, so this is. I feel like this is gonna be like a really hard one. From most to least, who is the most intuitive? Is the word.
Okay.
okay, so how would you define
I get a
intuitive?
definition?
Some, like elementary definitions.
Elementary. Yeah, we
Intuitive
can.
can go a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
How did
Which.
you choose?
All right. So the definition of intuitive is using or based on what one feels to be true, even without conscious reasoning. Instinctive.
So instincts.
Instincts. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Who
Who's
has
got
the
the
best
best
instincts?
Yeah, that's
comes
it's kind of an unconscious thing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be hard.
Yeah, that's hard.
You're like, I feel the rain coming.
I feel like everybody does it in their own way. Like I don't think
everybody
I can
has
rank
it for like different situations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when do we know when each other are like using it though? That's where my thing comes.
I feel like Lauren can usually tell like when someone's about to go down a bad path, but like Kaylee can tell what Lauren's about to go through 5 days in advance. Like I feel like we're good at picking out different things, like instinctually between each other, but like to quantify it against each other, I don't know how to say who's better.
Especially if it's different things.
Because everybody, like honestly, like isms, like everybody has their isms, and I know when the isms are coming. Like for everybody else, I know I always got the isms. Like they permanently.
Like Lauren's got that. Kaylee's good at like picking out people's emotions a week before they happen. For like
I'll be like
everybody.
rolling around. I'll wake up and be like, oh my god.
It's like who is
What?
it?
Who is it?
Yeah, I think Haley feels every emotion.
Who you gotta kill in the camp?
Exactly.
She's
like,
The outlier.
Haley's like, I was
Sure, not
I
enemy
was
stand user.
sleeping at 3 o'clock and then I woke
don't
up
know
and
if
I felt
intuitive
somebody
is the
sad,
right
so I
one to
woke up.
do.
That's literally.
I'm not sure though. I think boys are more like intuitive with themselves, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. Like they're very aware of like whenever something's going on with them, like if that makes sense.
I think you
Like-
more so than
What are you talking about?
like you're very one with yourself.
Yeah, I feel I think they're better with like finding things within themselves, but as for the girls cannot find anything in ourselves, but we're better at finding it in other people.
Like we'll be torn up by inside, but we can feel somebody else. Like
Yeah. Like we're good for like other people, they're better for
but
themselves.
for ourselves, oh God, Jesus Christ! I'm like, oh my God, they're feeling sad. I'm over here broken.
Bro, it's me. Is that why, like, if I play a video game, I'd be, like, messing up a whole bunch of crap. And then I watch somebody else play the game, I'm like, oh, you just do that. Duh.
Oh my God, watching you play games. I'm like, you're so
Okay.
creative.
It's like, the problem, like, I'm too creative for the game. Because I'll be thinking it's, like, this complicated way. And I'm like, oh, I just had to open this door on the left. Like, crap, I did it again.
I'm like, why do you do so much? You just have to open the
Seeing
door.
boys play
Like,
games.
let me try to figure it out.
You guys
So
just
are we
be like
skipping this question then?
I feel like we could just, like, all, like, at once, just say somebody.
Okay.
No, but yeah, just talk it.
When I was with my friend.
Okay, get in mind
Everybody.
So think of the most intuitive per se, and just yell it at one. Ready?
Because, like,
Kaylee.
3, 2,
Oh,
1.
Kaylee.
That's a Kaylee.
Okay, so Kaylee.
Ricky's an
It
Kaylee,
sounds
what'd
like
you
Lauren. Yeah, it said Lauren.
say? Lauren. So Kaylee, Lauren,
I said Kaylee.
Kaylee. So everybody said Kaylee,
Alright.
Ricky said
Yeah.
Lauren.
All right then.
Okay, so least.
that.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Undecided.
Wait, what?
yeah, I'm going to say Ricky, yeah.
I'm gonna say Ricky.
What, least?
I was
Well,
gonna
like
say Jade, I
least
guess.
I said
intuitive.
Jade.
I don't mean least as in a negative thing either.
Yeah,
I
say
just
that
mean...
is. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I really don't.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Jade.
I said Jade.
Okay.
And the only reason I say you, bro, is 'cause
Jody be having dreams, though. Like,
Jade does have dreams. But I was thinking, like, she doesn't catch the vibe of conversations, interrupts the conversations every 2 seconds.
I see
Is why I
because the
put Jody
vibes be
last.
so like down. Everyone's like about to cry, and I'm like, okay, we need to.
Throw it
liven
down.
We
it.
gonna switch this
Yeah, I
now.
was like, everybody's like all sad and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not about to be in a sad mood. So you gotta throw in a funny joke because it's pretty funny.
Ruin everything.
But my dreams do be coming out to play. Or you know,
Oh, I guess I'll choose myself.
Okay, Jade, who do you
I
think?
guess
Ricky.
I'll choose Ricky.
Ricky. So Jade, Ricky, Kaylee,
She said Ricky.
Ricky,
I think so.
Lauren,
Ricky.
Ricky. So
So then I got Kaylee.
4 Rickies and 2 Jades. So Ricky would win for least.
Okay, next question. I think this one's going to be a funny one. Who is the most pompous? Which means, like, pretentious, basically.
Pretentious. Like the most like prude.
Who thinks they're the better, like they're more than they actually are?
It's just a funny one I threw in there.
When you're like, you ain't nothing,
you spell
but you act like
pompous?
you think you are.
Oh,
Is it like how it
sheesh.
Yeah, they're kind of like full of themselves.
Damn, I feel
So
like I know this one.
POMPUOUS.
You need to
Because
say
I'm
that,
cute.
'cause
Jade, because she's cute.
Okay, so pompous, the definition is
Shit.
affectedly
to see this,
and
Jenna.
irritatingly grand, solemn, or self-important.
Yeah.
A
Damn,
pomp
I
is
know this
beep
one.
who pretends he knows everything is the sentence.
Going that definition, I would switch it, but
Going that definition, I would switch it, but mine I think more like not like bougie, but more kind of like
I know that one.
thinking
There's
of
like, if we're talking about bougie, I know.
I know,
I mean, but look,
I know, Bougie.
I don't know. Stop the cap.
Oh Lord.
Anonymous person lukes away.
This is going the bougie route. That's my. This is for being bougie.
yeah. I'm going the bougie route. for this.
Okay, for
I like the
pompous,
bougie
for
route
me, I
more.
did like confident.
Oh,
if that
okay.
makes
If we're
sense.
doing confident, then it changes.
Well,
in-
that's what
in
I'm
a
doing.
way
That's
it's
what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I'll explain it whenever that comes.
Okay.
Can we stick with bougie though?
me and Isabel are gonna.
Well, that can be
bougie.
in mind, I guess, when you do it too.
Huh?
I guess that could be in mind also with it.
Can I just do bougie? That's what I thought when
Well,
I
I mean,
thought
technically, it's been our own definitions anyway, like the whole
No,
time.
yeah, touche,
pompous.
touche.
Okay. After this.
Okay, everybody ready?
All right, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Isabel.
Okay, number 1 for most bougie, Lauren.
Whoa, that's a shocker to me.
Wow.
That's shocking.
That was a shocker to me.
I can't tell if you're
I
being sarcastic or
don't
not.
eat pizza
No,
with
what?
lots of cheese.
I can't eat that. I don't eat chili.
I don't eat soup.
I don't eat chili.
Soup is not
And she
me.
wants
That
her.
is a really good
Yeah,
point, guys.
like that.
Very good
She
point.
wants her red bottoms. She be walking in with
She's,
her
"I'm a
lips
bad
and her
bee."
purse,
Yeah.
flipping her
I'm
hair.
gonna try to be a
She
bad
likes
bee.
wearing blazers and the red lipstick.
Yup.
Wants her red bottoms.
Bourgeois. Love her.
Bougie.
I did not think about that. That is totally true.
Jody and I have the exact same
But
way.
Exact
considering
same.
everything that's been said.
Okay,
That's
number
great.
2, Bentley. Do I have to explain?
No, you don't.
No.
Tell us now.
We know.
Sweet.
Bourgeois.
This man.
over there.
I think you blew what your like first like 2-3 paychecks, just buying stuff.
He has a budget.
Well, like I put stuff
Yeah.
in the savings. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That,
Yeah.
but like
I swear
the
those
first two
3.
checks, I went real low. I was like $30 left before I got the next check.
Damn, God damn.
I planned it out
You know
though.
the
I was
Michael
like,
Jordan
I
video? Here's
planned
my
it out.
account number. I have $20 left.
that's how it was.
Okay. Number 3, me.
Yes, sir.
I just for multiple reasons. Yeah, that's fine. And then I went
We're
Jade
not gonna go into.
because I feel like Jade and I are kind of on the same thing, but I think
Ye-
makeup puts me higher than you because I
You
be
and your
spending so
makeup,
much money on
bro.
makeup, bro.
Mm.
You and your makeup, I love
Like
it.
Jade and I have been yelling about these Burks.
Oh
for
my
so long.
God, yeah, we
That's
have
exactly why I put you on this
the
list.
Burks.
And then after Jade, I went Ricky. You know, you get some nice things for yourself, but you're not super like you don't spend your money a lot. And then I put Kaylee at the bottom because Kaylee could not give 2 shits about literally anything.
Yeah.
Like Kaylee's like, I'm here. You don't like me. F you. Like
Like Kaylee's just like, look, I'm just gonna live, bro.
Kaylee's just vibing.
Yeah, she's like, I don't need anything.
With
I'll
me
just
with my
live.
Tucked
I
in
just
shirt,
live.
basketball shorts over my leggings.
Yeah, bro. Like
Kaylee's having a great time.
I will wear
That's-
stuff until it breaks, and then just call it out of style, and just keep wearing it.
The basketball shirts got me weak.
That
She's
one,
you
they like
see this
and one
rip in
shorts.
my-
And now it's the aesthetic. Stop talking about my basketball shorts, bro.
All right.
I have the same exact order as Isabel. Lauren, Bourgeois,
Really?
Bentley, Bouger. Isabel and me on the same vibe. She does get more makeup though, but I mean, I can't blame her. Ricky, he's chill. And Kaylee is like, Kaylee and Ricky, that's the couple, man. Together at the end, forever, for life, forever.
Together at the end forever.
At the end. All right. So for me, I got Choi as a front because you know
That's
he
what I
likes
was thinking.
he likes the cologne, he likes the nice clothes. You know, he just don't have the money right now. But if he did, oh man, bet he'd be spending everything on that. It's over. I tell you, when he goes pro, becomes Olympian. That's he gonna buy Bentley straight up, and he can buy everybody else. Like that's how bougie.
At least y'all would get one too.
I put Isabel there because of the docs aforementioned. You know,
Oh,
I
yeah,
tell
my
her, Isabel,
docs.
you just need something to put on your feet. She's like, no, I want to get the nicest one up here. I'm like, but you just don't need it. She's like, I want him. I'm like, all right.
All I wear are Converse, and I got 2 pairs of Docs, which are my nice shoes. And now I got Birks.
Yeah.
Like,
Not only docs, but just like other stuff around. It's just like,
I make it-
you can wait, or you can like save it for something else. And you're like, no, I want to buy it now. I'm like, but.
No.
And then I got Jade as 3. Actually, the last 4, I was kind of like, you know, I wasn't really sure. I just knew Troy and Isabel would be top 2. Jade, I kind of just put you there. You were like the last person I put on my list. And that was the last spot left. I put Kaylee as 3. I felt like she get like with the clothes thing. It came to mind. She's kind of just like, I just get my clothes. You know what I mean? I just wear my clothes. Lauren, contrary to what Isabel said, Lauren, I heard, would be like, she likes nice things, but if she don't have it, she won't spend it. So she's very like frugal, I feel like. So I don't see her as being that pretentious. Although they brought up some good points.
The only reason why Lauren takes the cake for
So
first is
very-
because the food.
The food.
The
The food
food
kills
is
me.
bourgeois.
The
all
food
day.
is bougie, but the thing is like on everything, I feel like she will like willing to not do that if it came down to it. Like she wouldn't like go to the grave. I'm not eating that, you know. So that's why I have her as like less pretentious than everybody else thinks.
She eats the food. She's like, but she won't hurt your
This
feelings.
goes back to me being secretive.
what I was thinking.
Okay, look, I'm just not. At least you know what I'm feeling at every moment.
Yeah, she will try not to hurt your
Yeah.
feelings if it's nasty,
Like-
but
like the
you'll know
disgust.
if it's gross.
Like, you just, like, tattooed disgust on your forehead. Like, eat that food, bro.
Tattooed.
It slowly
bro.
showed up as she took a bite.
It's so good.
Just like a neon sign. Just
I'm not gonna say it. Like I'm gonna eat it. It's just not my first choice.
You guys brought up some good points, but I'm still gonna say Lauren's less pretentious than you guys say. So, anywho, I put myself as
Of
last.
course you didn't. No,
I-
I'm just
I put myself as last because my dad like raised me to always like use everything we have until it's run out. So my dad could. We'd buy like 3-in-1 shampoos if we could. If that,
Oh my
like
God.
3-in-1 shampoos.
conversation
You know,
about
when
this.
we eat a can of peanut butter, we get in every skirmish. So it's like nice and clean. Like use everything. We ain't gonna buy a new one. We're not gonna buy new shoes unless our old ones are broken. So that's why I put myself as last, because I feel like I'll try to like scavenge everything until I have to get something new.
So our list is close on like first and last.
Okay. Like I said, the middle, I was kind of like, ah.
Bro, I don't even know anymore. Like every time I do this, it just gets confused with two different definitions. It was like mine, and then everybody be talking and be like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah,
Same.
like
I'm
add
trying to keep
information in.
strong to my definition. I'm strong. I switched one, but that's it.
Yeah, because then if I change the definition, the list is basically flipped. Yeah, so most to least, I put Troy first, just because the boosh is there.
I'm okay with it too.
Because he be talking about stuff, I'm just like, okay.
You know what's bougie of Troy? When he comes to late to everything. Bougie.
It's the lotion, bro.
And he comes in walking in
It's-
slow. And you're like,
I
you're
think-
late.
The worst example of this. We went to go get Troy. We sat outside this man's house for 20 minutes. Mind you, Kamo was already late to pick me up. She got me. We went to Troy's house. We were there for 20 minutes, and then we still had to go get Jade.
I'll be honest, I don't even remember that.
You blocked it out.
And you came
I just
you
block
came
it
out
out.
walking
Oh my God.
slow with like no sense of urgency, putting lotion on it. We're like, oh my God. Like Kamo and I were about to lose it, bro.
Couldn't
We're in
be
the car
ashy.
like,
It almost makes me want to change.
That's not okay.
I know. I know.
Bentley is bourgeois.
That's insane, Troy.
With his lotion.
If
and
there is
everything
one
he
thing
does.
I have about Bentley, it's being late. Like that's the one thing that me and him have beef with.
What was that?
It's like
I was just
everywhere.
playing the sad music.
That is his whole being.
Yeah, okay, so me as one. Okay, so where? Okay.
Me.
Yeah, Troy. I think I put Lauren next.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Yeah. I think I put Isabel next. So Isabel's third. And then me. Then Ricky, then Jade. But I want to explain Jade's decision.
I could see that though.
Yeah. Like, we had like a meeting with the four of us looking at, we were like trying to figure out housing situations or whatever. Jade showed up in sweatpants and a t-shirt and slides. I was like, I've never seen this in my life. And you're my hero, basically. I appreciated it.
we went to this like home loan place. We're talking to the president of the company.
Yes.
Jade showed up in sweatpants and a t-shirt with her slides
Like fantastic. I was laughing.
I was
to
like,
talk to the
everybody looks
president
so
of a
nice,
company about
bro.
getting a house. I was like, oh my God. I was like,
that's what I hope to do with the actual president. Just like walk in.
Like, hey, what's up,
You
President?
walking disrespect me like that.
Heard you banning
Perez.
TikTok. That's gonna be a problem with my vote.
Wear a
Not
blazer over
voting
my
for you.
sweatpants. Oh my gosh. So yeah. Which is weird because like I put Lauren. So yeah, Lauren, me, Ricky. But Lauren and Ricky are the same in like the frugalness aspect, I feel like the most similar in that. So I'm not really sure what the criteria is anymore, but I just feel it out. So yeah.
So I took a completely different route. I did it sort of like, I don't want to say confident, but more of like, and it's sort of like talk shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I believe and actually mean it sort of thing. So we have number one, Bentley.
Number one, Bentley.
In every situation.
In every
I knew
situation.
that was gonna be that.
So
yeah.
Troy's just pretentious.
He'd be coming into the house and he'd be like, look. And I'm like, oh my God, like what happened? He's like, I was cleaning on the truck today, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like,
Oh my God, bro, I
I
hate
like Bentley.
The rep sometimes be hitting.
You know when everyone's dying, he just says, "That was clean for me."
I was
Shut
moving
up.
on that one.
Yeah.
You see that?
You say that was
Shut up, Bentley.
smooth.
You know you feel like a new stride or something like that.
I'm
And it
over here
hit.
like,
You just want to choke him.
He be talking hella shit at practice. Then it's sort of like me and Kaylee, because we be talking hella shit too, about certain things, like movies and creating stuff. Sometimes we don't mean it, but a majority of the time we do believe that we can make something way better than what we've seen. And that's sort of like going from there. Then I might move Ricky up to fourth because he just be having his moments, like, and he's very confident about his beliefs, sort of thing. it's not a talky shit way, but it's more of a like, yeah, this is what I'm doing sort of thing. And then I'd put Jade because they're very brief, but she has them. She has her moments that are not jokey. You know what I'm saying? And then I put last Isabel because she's confident in what she wants to do, but there are other times where it's very like wishy-washy and she doesn't know, like, if that makes sense. That was how I took my list.
That's interesting.
All right, so for my list, like, I was kind of bougie, but I also thought, like, when we're thinking pretentious, like, that kind of, like, cocky. In both settings, I put myself as first.
It's like, I gotta be
Because,
honest.
like, yeah, I talk a lot of trash, which is what I thought was going to be brought up a lot more. Honestly, kind of that. Because, like, whether it's, like, playing the game or whatever, I talk a lot of trash. And then I'm also bougie with the stuff I, like, pick out. After that, I switched it and put Lauren second. Because, like, kind of like what they said with, like, the food kind of pickiness, kind of bougie. And then you have your days where you be hype. Just mad hype and mad into everything. So that kind of like confidence kind of route. So it's kind of like mixing like a bunch of things.
Yeah, it's sort of like, I don't want to say it's like cocky, but it's more like I am confident and you cannot tell me otherwise.
You're very sure of yourself.
Yeah.
With a sense.
After that, I did put Jade though. Jade more like with the taste in a bougie sense. Kind of like how you and Isabel kind of put y'all like next to each other. Because then after that, I had Isabel. Which, yeah, I'm not thinking about like switching that because like thinking about like the makeup and the shoes, I see more like bouge from you than I do Jade. Then I had Kaylee. I wasn't exactly sure why I put Kaylee there. It was kind of like a process of elimination type thing. And then I put like Ricky last because a lot of times when I'm talking about stuff that's bougie, he's like, man, you don't need that type of thing. He's always like, oh my God.
No, you were gonna say that.
He's always like a minimalist. So that's why I kind of put him there.
I
I
messed
knew you
with
were
it.
gonna say that. It's like, you don't need. Do you need that? I mean, Lauren does that too.
Like your watchman, fire watch. But all you needed is a tell tongue.
What's
It's
weird is
the
like
ice.
like Lauren with like the style thing because she has her style that could be quote unquote more bougie than mine, but I'm always the one that's like, Lauren, just freaking get the shoes, and she won't do that. Like it's the opposite.
Get the
thing.
other dress.
I feel like you're more like a don't care, like just if you want it, just do it type.
I have a
mentality.
reason behind my
Yeah.
frugalness though, so it's fine.
So it's fine.
It's sort of like with things that I want to say don't matter, but like are irrelevant in this grand scheme of things. Like I don't care. Like I'd rather do it on necessities and then like on the really big purchases. Like that's what I spend money on, sort of thing. Like things like if we wanted to buy like a new camera, like that's what I'm willing to spend money on instead of like, a $50 dress. Like I'm only going to wear that like twice instead of that. So rather having purpose to my purchases than just buying it to get it.
You see, like in that mindset, I'm with that. As in, like, yeah, I'm more likely to spend it on like things we need, such as cameras, if we need mics or whatever. Just like say the word, I'm like, I'm down. I'll buy that. But I'm also in the mentality of money ain't a thing if I got it.
If I got it.
Like straight from the song, like
if I got it.
like if
Well,
I can afford it, I'm like,
It's currently in first now, so
He is a
like
first
like if I don't
for
have
everyone.
like if I don't have any like obligations or anything like specific to purchase on, like I'll make sure I set up like money aside for what I need if there's something I need. But otherwise, I'm usually chilling with nothing to like like I need to buy. So I'm just like I'll get whatever.
Oh, was that the end of yours?
Yeah, I already did the list. Yeah.
first, but I don't know who's in last.
Yeah.
I'd put Ricky as last.
Oh.
Yeah, for last. So who did you have last?
I put Ricky last.
So Ricky. So Ricky? Ricky? Is it Ricky?
Like Katie, who'd you pick? Jade, right?
Yeah.
Jade.
So then they'd be
And
like
Lauren, who
three.
was yours? Who did you say
It was
Jade?
you.
Me?
Picked
Oh,
you.
Yeah.
me.
But Ricky was like
It's a tie
second
between-
afterwards. I
So
guess.
tie
Yeah.
between.
Tie between the couple.
I was gonna say saving I don't know, not the best for last, but last last little question here. So let me pick a word because I have more than what we discussed. Oh, okay. I think this would be a fun one because we were kind of talking about it recently. Who, from most to least, is the I always say that wrong. That doesn't work. Who is most to least affectionate?
Oh God, I know this one. This is a tie.
This might be one of the easier ones, to be honest.
Oh shoot, I don't know where to put these two people.
I already know who's least.
Yeah.
I filled it out. Thank you guys.
I think I'm filling out from least to most, to be honest.
The middle is more where I'm like
Yeah, the middle's kind of tough.
a little
I
wishy
am
washy.
done.
We know who's least and we know who's most.
Stop the cap.
Lauren.
I feel like I have a 3-way tie here.
It's same.
Top three for me is flexible.
It's not a spectrum; it's a Venn diagram at this point.
Number 1 is solid, but the 3 after that is a little flippable.
It's just the boys.
I put like arrows because like we might just switch around like
Joy just
Alright.
it's like even.
Has
That's
everybody
why I'm
filled
like,
it out?
All right,
Yeah,
drum
yeah.
roll, drum roll. We
Okay.
ready?
Hi, Isabel. You first, bro.
So for most, we have a tie for Lauren and Kaylee.
Yeah.
Oh.
These two will hug nonstop
Oh my god.
all day. I would have put Lauren as number 1, but Kaylee goes with it. Kaylee has no problem with it. So I'm like they're even in that. Like it's just
where I draw the line.
You walk in and you
it's
see them
so
hugging.
aggressive, and it's not just like a little huggy. Like they're hugging for 5 minutes. And like I look over and it just like physically hurts me.
They hug.
Why are you
they
mad?
It
cuddle.
hurts me that it hurts you.
They
Like
just want energy, bro. They will literally touch
Changes
your
your
hand
attitude.
just for energy. They're like,
This is facts.
please give me your hand. I just can't.
I
Not
know.
without it. Please.
Not without it.
Like
Like,
Lauren has to, like Lauren has to physically restrain herself from hugging Jade, right? So I'm sure you can guess who's gonna be last. So for the middle, I guess would also be a tie because I don't really know who would be more. I put Bentley and Ricky because I'm like I feel like you guys like enjoy affection, but not to the extent of the other two. And then for last is also a tie of Jade and I because nope, you ain't getting no love here.
Bro, Lauren, I remember me and Lauren hugged. It was like a pat, and Lauren was like, "What was that?" I was like, "That was the hug."
It's like, was that a
It was
breeze?
like this.
By? I think I felt a breeze.
was there something
Like
on my
a
back?
dismissive kind of.
Yeah.
Can't even
Like
recognize.
people hate getting hugs from Jade and I because like that's not a real hug. Like the other day, Lauren was like, "I demand a hug," and I was like, "Okay," and so she gave me one, and I like had to force myself not to pull away.
It
and
was
then
5
like-
seconds.
she was like, "It's 5 seconds," but this is how she counted the 5 seconds. She went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a hug.
Yeah, I had to make sure, I understand her situation and I understand mine. So we had to hit a compromise.
That's
I'm
why
not
it's
going
so
to hug her as
funny.
long as I want to, but she's going to get hugged.
It's just so funny because Lauren and Kaylee will be on one side of the living room, like on the love seat, just draped over each other. And then on the big couch to fit 3 people, Jade and I will be on opposite ends, not anywhere close to each other.
I literally have the same exact list as well. When I tell you Kaylee and Lauren are affectionate people, they are affectionate. They are the definition of affectionate. Kaylee got excited when I pat her shoulder.
Bro, I was like,
I
oh
get
my
excited when you
God.
sort of like bump into me.
I don't know. Like they just want love. Like they just want hugs, bro. I walk into the kitchen. I immediately turn around and I'm like, they're hugging. I can't. They'll just sit there for 5 minutes hugging. Where's Kaylee and Lauren hugging in the kitchen?
So bad. It's in the middle of the kitchen, in the middle of the living room. It's just everywhere. And every time I see it, like it physically hurts me that you're doing it for so long. I'm like, how do you do that?
I
Like,
remember when they
it
were.
makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, they were cuddling on the couch. I was like, Jesus. I was like, all this cuddling, I just can't. This love, no.
I gotta go to my room. I can't take
But
this.
Jade, don't you love love?
I love love, but I don't love touching. I don't know. It's
Stop
just
the
so
cat.
awkward. It gives me awkward.
Yeah, it's
I just
awkward. It makes me
try.
uncomfortable.
Okay,
But then
okay,
there's
wait. Go through the sorry.
yeah. I
the
was
rest
like
of your list.
equal Ricky and Bentley because I don't really know. I mean, I would put Ricky before Bentley just because I see Kaylee and Ricky hug sometimes. I walk in and I walk out, so I'm like, oh, okay, let me go.
I walk in and I walk out.
Yeah, I'll walk
walking in and out.
Yeah, I'll walk
Going
in.
to
I'll
work,
see
come
them
back.
hugging. Yeah, I'll see them hugging or I'll see them laying together. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then there's Bentley. I didn't really know
Yeah,
how much, but then I put me and Isabel as last because
Yeah, I know.
no,
We know.
no. That's so funny how me and Isabel just sit on the separate sides of the couch.
And it was like Kaylee, Lauren, and Ricky squished on the beanbag, all 3 of them, like real close. And then
Oh, don't remember the time?
Yeah.
the 3 of them were all squished on the beanbag, like all 3 of them were touching, like all kinds of close. And then Jade and I were on the couch at
Like
opposite ends,
separate, like
as far apart as we could be.
I didn't even put my legs out to. It was no plenty of room for
We
Jesus.
were both like curled up.
Plenty of room for Jesus.
We were
Wait
both
for him to
like
come back.
we were both like curled up in a ball on the opposite ends of the couch. It's just like this is great. This is nice. I have room. Having a great time.
Your turn, Ricky.
I got same as you guys, Lauren and Laren.
Laren.
Larry.
Who's that?
Lauren and
Laren.
Kaylee is number 1. for the same reasons that you guys did, and then I put me as 3 because I'll call up to him, "What's up, bro?" and I'll just give a good pat on the back. Like,
It's a hard slap.
A painful pat on the back.
Not a good one. A painful.
a good pat on the back. I like hugs. I like giving people hugs. Hugging's a fun time.
Yeah, and always at practice, you'd be like patting people on the shoulder like a dad. You're like, oh,
It's so funny.
how you doing, sport? You'd be like,
Yeah, just like, hey, hey, what's up, man? Boom.
Ricky,
Like,
Ricky will force affection on you, whether it be a slap on the back. He'll just walk up to me and bear hug me. I'm like, Ricky's like,
you know,
If Isabel's on the couch, like, when she's like avoiding everybody, I'll purposely sit next to her. Like, what's up, Isabel? Bam, right on.
yeah,
right
like
on
I will
her
be laying on the couch and then he'll walk over. I'm like, do you want me to move? He's like, no, it's fine, and then we'll sit right next to me. I'm
He's like, why do you have to do that?
like, don't do this to me.
And then I didn't know about Jade, honestly, about the touching thing. But I had a feeling, but I didn't. It wasn't confirmed.
No, but honestly, the weird thing is that I do want to have a hug where you're like going through a fight and then you just hug and everything's better.
I was about to mention, like, both Jade and Isabel are not touchy-feely people until it's the right person. And then they want to do it all the time. Like, if they have a romantic partner, like, they will be like, if they don't have a
That's
hug.
true, dude.
Oh
I
my
was the
God.
most
For real.
clingy piece of crap.
But, like, any other
But
time.
outside of it, don't
yeah,
touch me.
But, like, any other time, it's like, no. Which is why the hug feels so valuable whenever it happens. Whenever the breeze hits me, you know? This is like, yes.
like the ghost. There's a ghost.
Just I felt
So
quick. Continue.
And then I got Troy and then Isabel at the very end because she don't like getting hugs most of the time.
Everybody does this to Troy though, but he like hugs. Like
I'll
he's a nice
explain when it's my
person.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
I'll
like
say it now. I'll explain.
I
later.
put Troy
Yeah.
equal because he'll randomly like pat you or randomly touch you. Like he'll be like this. How you doing, Jade? I'm like, I'm doing good.
Or like grabs the shoulders
Yeah.
and shake.
How you doing, Jade?
I haven't done that in a
Like,
while.
yeah.
Actually, like, I miss doing that
Yeah.
to people.
Yeah.
Or there was that
Feel
straight
sad.
all freshman sophomore year where he ran up and hit everybody over
The
breakfast.
ponytails, I was crazy with it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I don't
bro.
count that as affection, okay?
Or like
By
the
the way.
buns,
Like,
the
they could be
buns.
like,
I had to stop
I
wearing
did have to
buns to
mess with
practice
y'all,
because of
honestly.
you.
No, I get it.
Ridiculous.
All right, continue.
So
Oh, that was it.
okay, so for my list, I put Lauren and me, but Lauren first because Lauren is usually the one that initiates, yeah, and asks like for a hug or whatever.
I feel bad sometimes, no bad. I'm like,
But
Kaylee
Kaylee
doesn't
loves
want
it.
this, but I want it. So,
because I'll be like going around like I love affection, I really do, but sometimes I'm not thinking about a hug, and then Lauren will appear like behind me, like like a horror movie, but not, and then it's funny.
Lauren's
We have to
lover, you better like hugs.
Lauren's
if
lover.
you don't like hugs, you are in for a rude awakening. Rude awakening.
So then, but me as the second tier. So yeah, me, Lauren, me. I put Ricky because I know Ricky likes hugs. He's just a friendly dude all around, I guess. Yeah, but I know he likes hugs too. And then Troy because I've given him hugs before. It's nice. He's a hugging person. He's willing to give you a hug. Like he won't be like no. Like but he's not like he's gonna ask for a hug either. He's kind of neutral, I guess, and at least like as it appears. And then I put Jade because Jade will actually it doesn't happen often, but sometimes she'll come up like when she's excited about something, she'll put her arm around your shoulder or she'll like pat your shoulder and it's fantastic. And then I put Isabel at the bottom because Isabel does not do that, nor does she ask for affection.
She
Nor
does the thumbs
want
up.
affection.
I'll give you a thumbs up. I'll give you a crisp high five.
Deadpool.
Give me a crisp high five.
You really will too.
It's like the thumbs up. I'm like, oh yeah,
You know,
nice job. Good job, champ.
Like it singes her hand every time you high five her.
Ooh, God.
I give Isabel's
Wipes
knuckles
off
now.
afterwards. Oh.
She washes her hands.
Glad that's
Even for us when we're recording this podcast, I don't like sitting in the middle. I gotta sit on the end because I don't want to be in close.
She was like,
we
gotta be close. She's like, closer?
Lauren was like, get closer. I was like, closer.
closer. Look, it ain't gonna fit in frame. Well, it has come to the time where I acknowledge everybody else's beliefs. I am very needy. I like affection. However, I need affection from very few people. In fact, Kaylee is the only person that I am affectionate with in this house because she's the
You
only
said it
one
like that.
around. And like sometimes I get creeped out whenever other people are like, because I just don't expect it. So I expect it from one person. One person I'm like, then I'm gonna hit you with Kaylee. Kaylee tolerates my need for hugs, and I appreciate it.
Tolerates.
Because honestly, sometimes I feel like she's like, Lauren,
Well,
stop.
literally, when me and Isabel see you hug, we're like, why do they hug all the time?
Because I want to hug.
Physically pains me. I'm
Yeah,
just
we're
like,
they're hugging
stop.
again. Let's
Hugs
go.
are not pain.
they'll start hugging, and then Jade and I will look at each other from across the room and just like roll eyes.
But
I can
I
feel the
also
judgment.
I also take this because she likes cuddling with Ricky, which is why Ricky is also third place.
Third place.
I see them being affectionate, so I acknowledge him being an affectionate person. He also will hug me sometimes. It catches me off guard. I'm like, whoa, I didn't expect anybody but Kaylee to hug me. So this is different.
Yeah, and that's the only reason your reaction was like, all right, she don't want to be hugged.
No, it just
And then
caught me
I see
off
you get
guard.
yeah.
I was like, what
I was
the
like, oh,
freak?
she didn't want. She's that kind. She's like Isabel.
Dang.
Dang. Like top to bottom.
So why am I the insult? It's like, oh, you're like Isabel.
And then we have Bentley because he has like told me verbally that he is an affectionate person, and I believe him. Sometimes I see him and Kaylee high five, and it's a good time. Give a little hug here and there. But overall,
High-fiving.
I believe that Bentley is an affectionate person. And then second to last, we'll have Jade because she has her moments. She will come up and grab my arm, and it is great. It is a good time. I feel loved, and it's fantastic. And then there are times where it's like, why are they doing that? And I'm just like, look. She has like mood swings with love.
Yeah.
And then last, but certainly not least, we have Isabel, who I know loves me because she tolerates my 3-second hugs. It's great. I know she hates it with every bone in her body. That's just not her love language, Like physical touch with friends is not her love language. With a lover, it's with them two lovers, game over. Like you just gotta get used to it. I feel like all of us be clingy with lovers,
Man.
but with friends, it's a different route.
Colder.
And
Yeah.
so I know Isabel hates me whenever I
Chest
do it,
bumps.
and that's why she's the lowest here on my list.
Hey,
Thank
if
you.
you want physical affection, I'll fight you. That's how I show my affection.
Isabel, I
and
got
then everybody
you.
gets mad.
Punching.
If I like punch you in the shoulder, everybody gets upset. Like, why'd you hit me? I'm like, that's how I show affection. You ain't getting a hug from me, but I'll punch
Isabel,
you.
I got you,
I
bro.
do.
Isabel, say less.
He said, if that's the game we're
No.
playing.
Ricky's
Oh,
gonna kill someone.
It wasn't me. It wasn't meant to be an insult because like you're my friend, bro. And like I'm like a touchy guy, so I'd be like, come here, bud. Buh. And I want to like give you a big ass hug, but then I'm like, no, she don't want that.
There will be times, where Ricky will walk up to me, and the next thing I know, I'm in a hug. I'm like, oh,
Literally demolishes Isabel.
I'm like,
by
this is why I
slapping
haven't
her
seen
back.
you in a week. Get it over here.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Appreciate it.
I like how calm Lauren was.
And
through
we'll move on.
Try.
All right, so as you know, Lawrence is number one. As you've heard from everybody, you always see her and Kaylee hugging, which Kaylee is second, and of course Lawrence first because I always see Lauren initiated. And then I kind of tied Ricky and myself, mainly because like seeing like Ricky with Kaylee and everything, so I see like the affection on that side, and for myself, I really like affection, but I will never ask for it. I don't know why, like I don't like to force any of that, so I won't ask, but I do like it when it happens. I put Jade after that. Mainly because Isabel's last.
He started staring into the air, like shutting down.
And the main reason I put Isabel last is because of the conversations we had on how much she hates affection.
It comes up at least once a week,
But
maybe
like
twice a week.
personally, I've had, I would say, good hugs from Isabel.
Mm-hmm.
So like I guess you could flip her and Jade, but I did kind of keep her at the bottom because of her attitude.
Okay.
So that's my list.
Anyways, woo, that was a
All
good
right,
one.
well,
That was a good
I
podcast.
think that was the last question, guys. How'd you like it? How do you feel?
I like that podcast. We should do
That
more
was
like
funny.
that.
We should do this like
Part 2?
Yeah,
in part two, yeah, this was
That
funny.
Say those words you have.
Yeah, definitely. All right. I'm exhausted. No. So yeah, we all had fun. I hope you guys had fun watching or listening or whatever you're doing. If you have anything to say, any questions, you can always leave it in the comments below. So, yeah, I guess that concludes the podcast. Tune in next time for another episode of S'mores. Everybody say bye.
Yes, in my personal opinion, I do think that I am the most confident, but I don't know. I do think I am the better person in this group. What?
I do think I'm
Do you know
a
what'd be
better
really
person.
funny? We find out that the camera wasn't recording this whole time.
I would piss.